morning. Good morning. Happy Friday morning to you, family. Thank you for all the wonderful things that you've been sharing with me about how the Lord has been blessing you about our broadcast. And we're glad that you're here. And of course, if you're here for the first time, you can like, subscribe, and share. Just click on that button below and be a blessing to someone. And we do thank you for always being a blessing to us and allowing us to come into your hearts and into your homes. And I'm very, very excited about the message that we have for you today. We're talking about the abundance factor. And I want to give you some helpful tips for financial turnaround. And we're going to be sharing a very special message. It's a program that I saw the other night, and I thought it, it would be a blessing to you. I'm a little tongue tied, apparently, but I'm glad that you're here today. It's just an exciting time to be alive, as I would say. Any day, I think someone said that we're on this side of the dirt. It is a blessing to be here and to be alive. And I want to tell you today, we're talking about the abundance factor. What does that mean for you? And I want to give you a few quick tips about how we all can benefit from thinking regarding in regards to abundance and thinking and living in an abundance mindset. I think a lot of times the older we get, it seems like a lot of people lose that childlike innocence that they had as far as their dreams and from the time they were little kids, and somehow some way people tend to lose that. And so today we want to welcome that back into your life. We want to give you some powerful tips on how to live out your purpose and meaning and abundance and all those things we're always talking about on this show. One of the things I do want to say is positivity really does matter. You get up, I'm a firm believer. Every morning I get up, guys. I don't care what day it is. I always try to get up with a positive mindset. And I get up every day and I live my life and every day with purpose. I get up every day and I live my life with purpose. I don't just get up in the morning and just rush into the day with no thought or intent on what I'm going to do. I live with intention. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm 55 years old. So I think I have some years under my belt that I can share. I think it gives me a little bit of some leverage on, sharing some tips with you about living life and what that means for you and living an abundant life. A lot of people, they get up every day and they're really honestly, they don't have any real direction or a desire. They don't really know how to fulfill those dreams. So we're here. We're all about positivity. We're getting up with excitement. And what is it today that you love to do? What is it that you've always dreamed of doing? And I think, and I'll add this, I think that's a part of abundance, about living abundantly, is living out your dreams. And I don't think you and live beyond your purpose. I don't believe you have lived beyond your purpose. Or should I say that instead? And again, every morning I get up every day without, I don't, I get up without negativity. I'll say that. And then I want to leave this quote with you. It just came across my mind today. And it is, to live life without purpose is to live beneath your privilege. Can I say that again? To live without purpose is to live beneath your privilege. We all have within us, I believe, a God sized dream that He gave us, that was literally that He spoke over our life, that He gave us through His word, and becoming everything that He already preordained for us to be and pre established. But before we get into all the things that I'm about to share with you, I want to share with you there's three things that I believe that will help you to live an abundant life and to help to turn your financial situation around. Now, I can't guarantee that it will happen for you unless you put in the work and you're willing to make the sacrifices and to do what is necessary. The Bible says that faith without works is dead. So we get up in the morning and we don't really put our faith into action. I can talk all day long, about how wonderful my God is. But if I don't put my faith in action, then it doesn't do us any good. And then regarding the abundance factor, the first thing, there's three things that I want to share with you. Abundance. What does abundance mean for you? For me today, I'm telling you, think bigger. Thinking small leads to small things. There's a wonderful lady that I used to work for. She had it's back in about 10 years ago or so. I was managing a child care center, and she would often tell me, she said her father, and her name is, shout out to Mrs. Harriet Banks. She's a wonderful lady. And I hopefully, I believe she would mind me sharing this with you, because she fully believed that. She's a wonderful woman. She believed in helping the young ladies in her community, making a difference, especially with single moms. She was really big on that. But she used to tell me, she said, her father told her, if you think big, you'll be big. If you think small, you'll be small. So our thoughts really do matter. Think big. And then gratitude, to be grateful. What does gratitude mean? It means being grateful for what you already have and what is happening in your life, and how you will increase wealth is going to add the value to your life because of gratitude. And literally, what you do to help others, the value you add to others really does make a difference. And to this world, what are you giving back? We can we're blessed to have what we have. But one thing I've learned that makes me feel good, my children often talk about this, how that we believe in giving back. And giving back is not always through, money, or, and I believe in giving money, but I also believe in giving back my time, volunteering, helping people. I can't tell you the number of people that often I would help in getting jobs and typing up their resumes, and sitting down and just giving them advice, and what I've seen has helped me in my life. So I want to encourage you today to have gratitude every day when you wake up, or even before you go to bed at night. Write down three things that you believe that you are grateful for. And I believe that when we have an attitude of gratitude, then the Lord will bless us with more. If He sees that we're faithful over little, then God will add to that, and He will make us faithful. And He believes in us in making us faithful over many things. And we'll be faithful over much if we're good stewards of the little things. And then visualize. Visualize as if your abundance is already happening in your life. So, whatever you think, that is your reality. Your mind reads it as such, whether it's positive or negative. And then eventually your life will flow in the direction of your most dominant thought. So, what is real in your mind, you can honestly believe that it will eventually, more than likely, most likely, it will happen, and you're going to see it. You're going to see it played out in your life. So, three things: abundance, think bigger; gratitude, be grateful; and visualize as if your abundance is already happening. Visualize, I will say this: before you can get to where you're going, you need to visualize. You need to have a plan or a vision, or be able to see yourself in that space or place or doing that thing before you get there. And that's huge. How you see yourself, how you see your life playing out, what you believe is all is all a part of your living your abundant life and seeing more, greater things happening in your life. I have a video I want to share, and this amazing young lady, this really blessed me, and I thought I would share it with you all right here on the air. And it was a young lady. Her name is, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. It was on a YouTube channel, and her name is Crystal Renee Hayslet, I think, or Hayslet, Hayslet. You can go back and watch the whole thing. But I saw this clip that I wanted to share with you. And the title of the message that day was "Higher is Waiting" with Tyler Perry. And this young lady was inspired by him and she interviews him. And I just wanted to share a little excerpt from the video. And I believe it will bless you because how we think, honestly, even in our early years, really does make a difference later on in life. So I want you to just listen in with this conversation she has with him. And again, shout out to her and Mr. Perry for the work that he has been doing. And I believe that there's a lot of things that he has contributed, and he talks about on this video about how he has come to understand the importance of giving back and living abundantly in that he loves to give and to help others. So let's just tune in right here now as we share this wonderful message.
All of your coworkers came down, and when you finished that scene, they were all applauding.
Yelling. We all
Yep.
they jumped on. It was I have actually have footage that's still on my phone.
Oh, you should put that in there.
Yeah.
He was talking about the opportunity that he gave her.
My costume designer who wants to be an actress, and she just got casted for her first role at Tyler Perry Studios, where dreams come true.
That's right.
And action.
Miss Barnes, Mr. Bellamy would like to see you, and he said to bring you things.
Yeah, Crystal! Yeah, Crystal! Get them, Brian. Get them. Get on the girls. Get on the girls. All right. But what's beautiful about it is I sat in the corner going, oh, no. That's something else. That's not just talent. That's not just acting. That's something else. That's something that is anointed, that is special, that is called for that particular purpose. And I'm always looking for that. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, I see. Same way with Cassie and Levan. We were on tour, and I'm in the Medea costume, getting ready to go on stage. And I looked at them sitting over in the corner. I said, I'm going to do a sitcom with you two.
Wow.
We're going to do House of Pain. I got to go, hello, walk out on stage. Yeah, and we did House of Pain, and, all those episodes.
All these years later, it's still going.
Yeah.
I hope my show does that.
I totally 100% believe it will. And whatever it is, if it doesn't, you're going to be in abundance.
Amen.
Won't he do it?
Won't he will.
Yeah, won't he
Say,
will.
won't when he
Won't he
will.
will.
Hey,
Yeah.
I love that. And even when I called you that day, I was still styling you to ask you about, just to let you know this is what I wanted to do, just to speak to who you are as a friend. You were backstage getting ready to go on to do your farewell tour. I thought you had the day off because there was so many days that the calendar was really small. So I was like, okay, he off today. So I called you thinking you were off and you weren't. And you literally answered the phone and I was like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm just sitting backstage waiting to go. And I was like, oh, well, I'll call you back. And you were like, no, what's up?
Yep.
And I was like, T, I was like, you don't know this, but I'm reading the scripts and it's literally, the stories are just jumping off the pages. And I was like, I really want to give this a shot. And you were like, I love this idea.
Yeah.
Let me call you back.
Yeah.
When I'm done. And then, hello.
Yeah, exactly. Because I got to walk on stage. Yeah.
But the fact that you took the call, you know what I'm saying? That speaks to like that's just the type of friend you are. Because some people are like, oh, I called him back, you know?
Yeah.
But as busy as you are, even when you're working, you still make time for your people.
Of course.
I just want people to know that that's who you are.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because that's a lot of people think that you're just even they don't know you on a personal level. They just see this huge giant man who just does so many great things and is so talented, but like on a real personal note, you are really that you're available to your people.
I appreciate
and I love you for that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love you too, Chris.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's because people always look at where you are. They look at the top. They're like, oh wow, look up there. They don't look at all the steps that it took to get there, and how the bottom, all they see is, wow, you're all the way up there. No, look at all of that. That's the journey.
It is a journey.
Yeah, that's the journey.
Yeah. Wow. Was there any time in your life, like as you continue to climb, that you're like, whoa, like I know even where you are now, billionaire, like established, new studio, still expanding, you have the biggest studio right now, bigger than, I feel like it's in the United States, period. You have, yours is the largest.
Landmass, yeah.
Landmass, yeah. So is there any time as you're,
maybe Pinewood may be bigger, but anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any time where you hit moments where you're like, ooh, like, God, can I go higher? Because you have a book, Higher is Waiting, but do you ever even doubt yourself like, oof?
No, at 53, I've had enough experiences to know that I have to surrender. When I did my when I bought the my first studio, I thought, okay, this is it. It's great. I'm not building another studio. I got it's paid for. You know, outgrew it.
Yeah.
Next studio, same thing.
Yep.
Outgrew it in no time. Then Greenbrier, I thought I'd be there forever. Outgrew that thing. We were on top of each other in that building.
We were.
But what I learned is that every time I was supposed to move to the next level and I didn't, because I was comfortable, because I didn't want to pay more, I didn't want to grow. I thought I was where I wanted to be. Everything in my life got uncomfortable until I moved. So I completely. Everything all right over there?
Everybody all right?
Everybody all right? So I completely learned the hard way. Like, just case in point, the Krog Street Market right now, which was my first bigger studio on Krog Street. I was hired. I'd hired these bootleg carpenters to come in and fix it up and all this other stuff. And I'm like, good, I got this building, I paid for it. This is where I'm gonna make my studio. That thing wasn't even as big as the stage one is right now.
Right.
So I'm there trying to force it and ended up on the news. Monica Kaufman or Richard Belcher talking about Channel 2 News, Tyler Perry building a whole studio without permits. I tell you, so I was just like, I was so devastated because I'd hired this guy to do a job, but the message came to me very clear: you're too big to do it wrong.
Oh,
too big to do it wrong. You got to do it right.
You got to do it right.
Got to do it right. I was still pushing for try to make it work. The neighbors started complaining. We didn't have enough parking. There was only parking for maybe 80 cars, and I was mad, and I didn't want to go. And so when my lawyer called me and told me about Greenbrier, I went over there, and I was like, I don't want to be over here. I went, laid down, couldn't sleep, went over there late at night, and I was praying about it. And I looked closely at the gates, and there was, because it's all padded, locked, and chained up, and the gates had Bible scriptures on it. And Psalms 91, my favorite scripture, was on the gate. And I was like, okay, God, I get it. So I bought it, thought I would not grow it, but I did. But right after that, outgrowing it, here comes this offer for Fort McPherson. I called the mayor and said, I'm leaving. I'm going to move to Douglasville. He's like, no, I want you to come see Fort McPherson. When I walked into Fort McPherson, the first thing I thought was, oh, I'm supposed to do this.
Wow.
It wasn't where I had been before with the thought of, oh gosh, let me just get paid for this. I had to learn to be open to where I was going and build for where I was going rather than living and being closed and staying where I was, right? So understanding that through some hard trials, I learned to just surrender when it shows up.
Wow. I want to touch on something that you've helped me in my personal life when it comes to going higher. When
we've been talking about men's.
No, not yet.
Okay,
We're gonna get there.
Okay, go. Okay.
Yeah, because we talked about that too.
Relationships. Yes.
But it was in my living. We were shooting, I want to say Medea, maybe at Halloween, the second one of the movies. And that's when I was still styling you. We were in the bathroom changing Medea's wardrobe. And you were like, where are you living? And I said, oh, I'm renting a townhouse. And you were like, oh, okay. You like, you don't own it? And I said, no. And he goes, you need to go buy a house. And I was like, well, sir, the way we work, I was like, we work and then we save our money to live when we're not working. It's hard to save when you're just like living, you know what I'm saying? Basically living paycheck to paycheck. And you were like, okay, well, how much is a house? And I was like, well, the ones I'm looking at like would be like 250, 300,000. And you're like, well, how much is down payment? I was like if you put 10% down, you may do like 15,000, between 20 and 15,000. You're like, okay, so what are you waiting on? I was like, well, you like, go get your house. And it was in that moment, I was like, good Lord, what a boss. Go get your house. So I got that house and I came back to the set of, by then we were shooting Have and Have Nots because we moved on to the next project.
That quick.
You were like, Crystal she got her house. He was like, I'll give you 4 years, you'll be in a mansion. Within 4 years, I don't know if you remember saying that. We were on set, you called me and you were like, it's time for you to get out of that little apartment. He called my townhouse an apartment, y'all. A 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I knew, again, in my life, what I learned and what I understood was Be open when
Be
it shows
open.
up.
Yes.
That's not arrogance. That's not anything. There's so many people who I know I've met in this lifetime being very, very poor and now doing very well, who on that side of it, they never apologize for it. We as Black people constantly apologize when we have something good. Like you talk about the lady, talk about stop showing off, you should be. See, that's somebody who don't even understand that it's based on the experiences of what we have done as Black people in this country, the things our ancestors did. Our success has already been bought and paid for. If we could get our mentality around what that means,
Yes.
you wouldn't walk around apologizing for it.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
And you've taught me to live unapologetically.
Yes, it's okay.
Yep. And
It's
even when I
okay.
was living in a scarcity mindset, you're like, Chris, I know you feel like you just got through the door or just one foot. You're like, you're in the door.
You're all right.
You're all right. Go get what you want. And I was like, well, I don't know if I can. He's like, stop living like that. Because you said that you would go buy what you could afford. Like, I know I can handle this. And then you're in there for 2 years and you're like, I should have just got what I wanted. Because God continued to multiply. You're like, I could have just got what I wanted.
Got what I wanted.
Yes.
And many times in my life, I've been in a situation. Why did I buy this? Why didn't I buy this? I didn't, when that's right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you helped me to, one, dream bigger, to open my lens and be like, okay, I can do this. And every time I go higher, my life just makes room. It makes room. My ideas get bigger. The money, it comes and it's never like oh God, how about to take care of this?
No, there you go. And then you realize after 4 years, you go, man, I just breezed through that. That wasn't even a stretch because your mind became open to the possibility of what it could be.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. But that also comes with exposure. I'm a young girl from Martin, Tennessee, population 10,000 people.
Yes. And so you all, I want to share that excerpt today. And I want to encourage you, that message, that show, her particular broadcast really, really blessed me. And I really want us to take the time to think about what abundance means for us and what it means for you. And so today we can continue to grow based on really our mindset. And one thing that I pull from that is Mr. Perry always sees where he's going to be next. And that is so important to have that outlook and looking forward to greater things. It's not that you're not grateful or you're ungrateful for where you are. It's just that God will never leave you in a place of stagnancy. God is always stretching us, pulling us, and bringing us out of our comfort zone. And the other thing was, often right before God gets ready to bless us to go and expand us into something bigger, we'll see a test and we'll go through a test and a trial right before he expands us. So today, that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm glad that you could join us today. And again, remember, to live without purpose is to live beneath your privilege. And I want you today to remember these 3 things. Abundance means thinking bigger, having gratitude, and that means being grateful for what you have and what God has given you. And then thirdly, visualize. If you want abundance, then you need to see it as though it's already happening. So again, thank you all for joining us right here on our morning show. I love you guys. It's always a blessing. And again, thank you for allowing us to come into your heart and into your homes. And we're glad that we've shared this time and space today. And I pray that you'll be blessed. And we'll see you again on next week. God bless you. Have a good day, everyone.